The Trevor Jackson Podcast.
She just wants something real.
We're gonna create the vibes to intro this podcast.
Shawty, let's get to it.
Let's get to it.
Chill. 2 cups and we playing spades. I'm the ace in the game and I'm here to stay. Valet park the coupe. You married to the truth. I was ballin' as a youth. Now what you think I do? Change your life, now the ice. Be Carolina blue. We ain't worried about the price. We stay making moves. I used to lose until I met you. Now I'm winning, got a higher view. Looking down on haters cause they don't have a clue. 2 cups in your system. You bad and you know it. Don't be afraid to show it all. Got what you've been missing. This is something different. Something that'll make you fall in love.
What's poppin' with y'all, man? Gotta start the podcast off with some tunes, man. It's been a long week. It's been a lot of content, a lot of foolishness going on. Let's get into the music, though. Let's get into the music.
I can't let the time pass me by. I just want to be with you. I can't let the time pass me by. I just want to live my truth. I can't let the time live my truth, nigga. What it do? Came up, got the bricks, now cop 'em by the deuce. Homes and cars, I'm internally scarred. I externally barred, I've been going so hard. $1 million is minimum, the killers I'm sending them. I prevailed from hell, didn't need no Ritalin. My rivals apologize, they know I'm the middleman.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.
How has y'all week been, man? How has y'all week been? I know it's been a lot going on, man. A whole lot going on. I had to introduce the podcast with the vibes of some of my music because this is going to be a long form episode. If you want to wait throughout the week to get it in pieces broke down, then go ahead and wait. Go on and relax and do your thing. But this is going to be a long form episode. I haven't done none of these in a long time, and I'm kind of excited because I got a lot to talk about. But if you're new here, subscribe to the channel. You're going to enjoy yourself. If you been part of the La Familia, hit that like button. For real, to get us in the algorithm. Share the show to your friends to help us trigger the algorithm so the content and the conversation can get out to the masses, man. Real talk. So I want to start it off by talking about how my week been and things that I experienced this week before I get into the topics of discussion. So earlier, well, it was last weekend, when Helene hit Asheville, it hit East Tennessee, Asheville, North Carolina. It kind of caught me off guard because, you know, I'm currently in Charlotte, North Carolina, but I'm from East Tennessee, Knoxville. So I have to cross once every 2-3 months. I have to ride through 74 and I-40. You know what I mean? To go back to my hometown. And by it being destroyed now, by the people that I've known my whole life being affected, by places that I've visited and people and new people I've met and experienced life in those places, it's kind of concerning to me. And seeing how the government reacted to it, it was kind of concerning to me. But, you know, I'm a believer in God. And I went to my church home today, Elevation Church, Pastor Furtick. And I had a reassurance that everything was going to be all right. They started off the sermon talking about the Hurricane Helene. Then they talked about the efforts that the church has been doing since it happened. the amount of people that's in the church, the lead pastor even being a part of it. And the amount of money that they gave, I don't even want to mention the amount. It's a big piece of money, though. It's a big piece. And it just reassured me that we don't need the government, man. We need to unify. It's strength in numbers. It's strength in believing that we're capable. And when I look out at the culture that I have embraced and engulfed myself in, hip hop, I see that we ain't unified. We trying to hinder ourselves. You see the showrunner, it's a cultural conundrum. Foolishness. A lot of people are involved in the tearing down of another individual, even if it's true or if it isn't true. They just hate people and want to see them fall. And when I think about that, I don't want to be a part of that. Like, I participate in creating rap music. That's why I play my songs at the front, at the top. I participate in it, but I don't want to be famous. I don't want it to make me and define me being a hip hop artist or a lyricist, because the culture is foolishness. And the people that participated in it do things that I don't want to contribute to. And the people that wasn't successful in it, they hating on folks that is successful and want to celebrate their downfall. And I ain't with that neither. That's lame to me. I ain't going to talk too much and intro the pod too much longer, but we're going to get into one of the topics. The first topic is part of the cultural conundrum conversation, and let's just get to it, man.
I'm sure the girls want to know a couple more questions and things.
For the young ladies, I mean, what's up, man? You got a girl or what?
Nah, I'm keeping my options open, so y'all be checking for me, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you so much.
That's the type of stuff will get you in trouble, player. Chris Brown is the name. Get used to that right there.
Chris Brown's an amazing and talented musician, but let's call a thing a thing. He's a abuser of women, consistently, unapologetically.
Did Chris pull a gun on that girl?
When is your hearing for your restraining order?
There's a long list of various different women.
Seem pretty upset. Are you sure you don't really call victims advocate, have them come talk to you?
Who've accused Chris Brown of assaulting them.
Senator Chris Brown has been detained in an alleged case of rape.
He has an audience full of assault deniers.
No, I have not spoken about this matter publicly, but that's the only way that he can be stopped.
Like, the ID channel, I think that's flagrant right now to me, to put out a piece like that, like a documentary, promoting that y'all got a documentary coming, to talk about the abuse that Chris Brown has allegedly, I want to use the word alleged because I don't want to tie myself to nothing, allegedly done to multiple women that we haven't heard of. They want more women to come out to be able to contribute to this. And when I think about that, I think about Karuchi, his ex-girlfriend that it looked like to me that he loved her a lot, but he abused her, allegedly. So if she come out with a lawsuit and be like, I need a bag now, I need 20, 30 tickets because I ain't got the money that I used to have when me and you was together. They wasn't even married. Like how Diddy and Cassie wasn't even married. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you don't even have to be married no more. You setting your, as men, you need to have discipline in these relationships, because as men, it's just a total like loss when you dealing with a woman now, especially in this woman empowerment era. Now, I'm not speaking bad on women. I love women, and I love my black women especially. I love y'all to death. But when I think about like the era that we live in, the times that we living in, man, I look around and I'm like, we got Kamala Harris running for president and people saying that she's a black woman when she ain't even saying she a black woman. She said she was, she said she wasn't. I'm confused. And we looking around, she want to use tax dollars to fund people that's in prison to have transgender, like, change who they are from male to female or female to male. She want to use tax dollars to do that. When I think about this emotional state that the world is in, I think that ain't good for men, and specifically black men at the end of the day. If Chris Brown is guilty for all of those things, let those things pass and be over with. Ain't nobody complaining about it no more. Now, I seen on the end of that, it was a new person that they had that they didn't show their face or whatever. If he's guilty of it, he's guilty of it. But why are we promoting the downfall of our black men like that? Not saying that he's not guilty because he's selling out shows and he's being celebrated and it looks like the people love him. When you look at his artistry, they love his artistry. I ain't saying that they love him specifically, but it's coming to a time to where we bringing our own people down, man. Instead of, what's really stick out to me? What stick out to me is that people ain't just going to court filing for charges or whatever. They are creating documentaries, hit pieces, doing interviews, thinking that that's going to help their stock so they can be famous or be known or be well known. Who want to be known for getting beat on or the R word or getting hurt? Or who want to be known for that? Like, you shouldn't want to be famous from that. You should just want the situation resolved that you dealt with and move forward with your life so you can have peace in your life. It's weird to me. It don't help me out. Now, another thing, we still in the cultural conundrum situation. The Young Dolph trial just ended. A lot of people are talking about it on social media. A lot of people are talking. And now they're saying that Yo Gotti is under investigation because of what was said in court. What that man said, that he was paid through CMG. And when I think about this, it's like, if Gotti is guilty, he's guilty. I ain't defending nobody. Real talk. I'm not defending nobody. It's just that I see people so interested in his downfall and wanting to see him fall because of their relationship and their feelings and their emotional connection that they had to Young Dolph. That's another person that they don't know. They don't know Gotti or Dolph. Some of these people that's speaking on these platforms don't know these people personally, but they had an emotional connection to Dolph so much that when they see the trial and everything, they want Gotti to go down. Now, me being a person from the streets, I listen to these people talk, and they supposed to be people that's supposed to be real and from the street and all of that. Times have changed so much. I remember a time that I wouldn't have never got on this camera. I wouldn't even took a picture. I wouldn't even be talking. You couldn't even get no words out of me because that's when I was participating in it. I'm far removed now, but it's still people that's in the streets, living in the street life, and it's still people that's in gangs and all of that old type of stuff that's speaking on this stuff frivolously. And to me, it's like they dry snitching, or they look like a confidential informant trying to spew out some foolishness or hint at something that's going to happen to see somebody else downfall. I don't think that's real, dog.
I'm gonna tell y'all this: that Yo Gotti, say your prayers. You better say your prayers.
You know they coming, don't you? You know they finna show up.
Bro,
Facts. That's facts.
Hey, bro, that got up there and said, they said, didn't CMG pay for your attorney $50,000? Yeah. But they didn't give it to me. He said, yeah. But they paid for it because you killed Dolph, right? Yeah. Well, that was your compensation, right? CMG said, well, yeah, they gave the attorney $50,000. Yeah, because I killed Dolph. Juke dead. He was an exec of that company. That's your brother. That's finna get. That's next. Watch. Remember I told you.
Wouldn't it be smart to blame it on the dead man though?
No, he was part of the company. They saying CMG. They're gonna classify it as a gang. They gonna try to target. Now let's do the math. CMG and PRE shooting at the basketball in Carolinas. Doing songs, shot the Sprinter 100 times, bulletproof. This dead. PRE, they're gonna take that and paint the perfect movie. These two things are gang, and your gang paid this dude attorney $50,000 because you hired him to do a hit for $100. They coming.
Damn.
I heard that. I said, y'all didn't hear that shit?
Yeah, I heard it when he was testifying.
Oh my God! I said, oh,
damn. Jackson Podcast.
You know, on my episode when the trial ended, I spoke about Young Dolph. I celebrated Young Dolph's career. Young Dolph is in my podcast room. If y'all see where it's at, see to my shoulder right here. If you listening to the audio version on Apple Podcasts or whatever, you got to come see the visuals or whatever. I got Dolph right there in my podcast room. I'm a supporter of Young Dolph. I loved his music. I loved his independence and all of that. I even spoke about being in Charlotte at CIAA when the 100 shots was let off. Wack 100 got a point. He got a point. The connection to CMG and the beef and the rap songs where him talking about Big Juke, him talking about Yo Gotti, the connection with Black Youngster and the beef and the shooting in LA and all that old type of stuff. He got a point. Wack 100 got a point. But what I want to say is, why do you want to make the connection for the police, for the FBI? Why you want to make the connection in the investigation for them so Yo Gotti can be locked up, and you verbalizing it on the social media? That's like you want to see the downfall of a person. That's like dry snitching. Not saying that I even give a damn. It's just to the point to where, like, when I'm creating content, I'm seeing how the culture is. And the culture is foul in all aspects, man. And like I said at the beginning of the podcast, like, people need to unify and not want to celebrate the downfall of other dudes. You know what I'm saying? And those videos like that, they'll do 1 million views, 2 million views, because people are interested in the dumb shit. People are interested in... I was tripping off of how viral that clip that I just played went. I ripped audio out that clip, made my own graphics around it, and I'm talking about it to y'all because, like, what y'all think about that? Before we get on to the next topic, what y'all think about, like, people speaking on crimes and investigations on platforms like the Young Thug trial? Like, what's Buddy out in Florida that shot somebody? I forgot his name. He had a hit record on Murder on My Mind. Y'all tell me his name in the comment section. I forgot Buddy's name with the dreadlocks that got the song with Kanye and everything, though. But YNW Melly, what y'all think about people talking about his trial? People talking about this Young Dolph trial and all of that, man. It's just like, I know for a fact that it's a distraction from what's really going on in the world that we need to be paying attention to. But to me, I don't think that people in the streets and people need to be talking about, you know what I'm saying, trying to solve the case. DJ Academics started that, and I love DJ Academics' platform. You know, I watch because he's an insider in hip hop. He started that. Now you got people that's really in the street breaking down whole cases on the internet and solving the case for the police because they the ones out there in the street. I just think it's foul. That's all I got to say. I just think it's foul, man. Let's go on to the next topic, man. So, on Piers Morgan platform, the lady Jaguar Wright. Now, I'm going to talk about what I know her for and from. I know her from doing the album with Jay-Z, the live album. She sung background while Roots was performing. I forgot the name of that album, but it's Jay-Z's Unplugged album. and she sung every hook on every song. She has a couple of albums out. Then I start hearing her speak on everybody in the industry that she was around in a negative light. Now, she predicted that these things was going to happen to Diddy in 2021. She said that he'd be sex trafficking. In 2021, now he's charged with sex trafficking in 2024. Now she's talking about Jay-Z at the moment and the things that she expects him to be guilty of. The things that she seen happen while she was around him and when she was in the industry in his presence, and said that he's a monster just like Diddy. Now, before I play the clip, I've also seen her do some crazy things on the internet, like smoking the ashes of one of her children, like acting erratic in cars multiple times. So when I listen to her, I think that she has a point on some of the things that she be talking about. But I also think that she's a little off a little bit. But I got 2 clips of Jaguar Wright. I'm going to play the first one, and then we're going to chop it up about that one. Then I'm going to play the second one. Let's go.
See, this is the thing. Everything that I'm about to say to you is not my firsthand knowledge. It is my firsthand witness account experience. I was a sex worker. I was a dominatrix before I got my record deal. That's how I know how the dark world and the sex world and the entertainment world run hand in hand. That's why the movie Blink Twice is so important. Salute to Zoe Kravitz. The sex workers that I have worked with throughout the years and continue to work with even to this day have worn hidden cameras. I have my own tapes. I've seen what they do. The ritualistic behaviors, the drugging, putting girls in the suitcases, dumping them in alleyways. It's horrifying. And it's all done under the protection of, this is going to be paid off. There's another NDA. This is going to be, it's terrible.
You know, that's interesting. When I heard that clip, because I didn't know she was a sex worker. I thought she was just an addict. I mean, not an addict. I'm sorry, y'all. I thought she was just an artist, a creator or whatever. And then when she started talking about how drugs, sex, music, and entertainment go hand in hand, I find that interesting because, you know, I was using music at one point in time in my life, early in my 20s, to remove myself from the street life. But the farther I got involved in music, I started realizing that it's the same thing, or maybe even worse, because you're dealing with a lot of money. And when you're dealing with a lot of money and you're dealing with those same people that you would be dealing with in the street, it even gets more dangerous. So I understand her when she says it goes hand in hand. So another thing that caught me about that clip is that she said that people have hidden cameras. Like, are they having those hidden cameras to protect themselves? Or are they having those hidden cameras to expose the person that they're dealing with? Because I don't even know how you can entertain that type of activities anyway, because I got dick discipline. I can't just be poking anything. I ain't one of those type of guys. I never been one of those type of guys that's just been horny for no reason and needing some and desperate and wanting to do things and pay for things and all of that. Nah, I'll go to sleep before I do that. It's just interesting that when I think about these artists and these people that have power and control and they have access, they use things like that, and they use what they know that you're interested in when you're lustful. You know, people be thinking that a lot of things aren't possible or aren't capable or are not obtainable until you meet somebody with way more finances than you that can provide you with those things that you lust for. And when they can provide you with those things that you lust for, they're going to be like, what you willing to do for it? It's just crazy, man. You got to have discipline. If you're going to be in this game, you got to have discipline on all aspects. Let's play the next clip, though.
So you want to know why there's no vindication for me? Because for 4 years, I've been screaming, not just Diddy, but Diddy and Jay-Z are monsters. And the victim-making machine kept going on.
Jay-Z has been notable by his silence since these charges were brought against Diddy. Why do you think that is?
Because that's what he does. He starts little fires everywhere, forces everyone involved to go and carry water while he sneaks away without a response. That changes now, Sean. You must respond. You have no choice. Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Robert Kelly, Sean Combs have one person in common, professionally and privately. Sean Carter. This has been a fist of tyranny that has been punching through our culture and our society for decades. It must stop.
You know, I was talking about the cultural conundrum. So far in this episode, I've been talking about like people bringing each other down and wanting to see each other fail and wanting to see people in jail. Now, those allegations that's against Jay-Z, everybody know about them. About the Aaliyah, about Foxy Brown. Foxy Brown even posted something on her Instagram recently about if she was to tell her story. You know, I don't think that I have never heard a complaint about Jay-Z except from her with sexual allegations. Now, I can remember a time when I was younger, when hip hop, they made songs talking about having young girls, when it was acceptable to have young girls, when the world seemed like it was cool with a 50-year-old man dating 20-year-olds as long as they was legal. Hugh Hefner, 60, 70 years old with 20-year-old girls at his mansion. I remember like the girls that all of us used to like in high school. You know, we didn't have cars at the time. And the dudes 24, 25, 26, 27 years old coming to pick them up in a nice ride and take them to eat, and whatever transpired from there, that's what transpired. It's like, is there a statute of limitation to these allegations that's being made against people? Because when it came to Bill Cosby, they went back to the 70s. You 70 years old wanting the bag now. Why you didn't say nothing 35 years ago? These allegations that they sent Jay-Z got an answer for, that was 20. He been married almost 20 years. Why he got an answer for it now? Why? Ain't nobody came out and said nothing. You making allegations about something that he did. Why you want to see him down? Did he do something to you? Or are you talking about these things because it's making you popular and it's creating a platform and you getting a little money from it? But one thing that interests me about this, though, is that Jay-Z never filed a lawsuit for defamation of character from these people that speak bad on his name. It's interesting to me because defamation of character, you can shut these people up with the quickness. But if you sue them, you're going to have to spend some money. You might have to spend $100,000, $200,000, $1 million to a lawyer to just file for it. So he ain't going to get nothing from Jaguar Wright. She ain't got no money. He ain't going to get nothing back from it. So why would he file for the defamation of character? But me specifically, if I was worth $2.5 billion, I would file for defamation of character against Jaguar Wright just to shut her up. Because I don't need this to be continuously spewed on the internet, if it's true or if it ain't true. I just don't need it to continuously be spewed. I need to get this quieted and shut up so I can continue to move on with my life. But it ain't that I'm taking up for Jay-Z, because Jay-Z has done a lot of things that people don't agree to. You know, a lot of folks don't agree to the way that he left Dame Dash after hanging like that. But sometimes to evolve in life, you gotta let some people go. You know, another thing that Jay-Z is accused of, they don't like the way that he just left Benny Siegel out there. They don't like the way that they said he sold out his community to get a percentage of the Brooklyn Nets. They don't like the way he used Kaepernick to get involved with the NFL. Now, I have another clip of something that Petey Crack was dealing with when he asked Jay-Z for something, but I want to say something, though, before I play the clip about business and businessmen. Folks be stern when it comes to their money, man, especially successful people. You know, America is a capitalist country, and money is more important than a human being's life. In this country, I ain't saying in totality, but in this country, that's the way it's set up. And if you want to be successful, sometimes some people got to be removed. Real talk. But let me play the clip.
See, I would have never went over there because I just knew. See, I'm a person from the streets. I've been raised in the streets. I get a sixth sense off somebody. I could just, you don't got to tell me. I could just see how you move, to tell how you feel about things. You know what I mean? So I would have never went over there because I know he would. I seen Petey Crack asking for a car one day, right? But so Petey Crack come in there, he like, yo, Jay, man, I don't need nothing crazy. Like, I mean, like, I just need any kind of car, just anything so I can get around. Jay-Z listening to him, like, you finished? No. just like that. Like, and when he said it to him, I felt so bad for Petey. I'm like, damn, like, he just said no like that. I ended up giving Petey a car. I mean, at the time, like, I said, Petey, I got a car for you, man. Like, because I'm like, mind you, so let me tell you the kicker about that. So after he did that to Petey, right? I think we was in the 40-40 club. The cops come in there and was like, yo, somebody had one of his cars, I think a 500 Benz, doing a spree of robberies in Jersey. He didn't even know was missing. Like, you know what I mean? I said, you got a 500, 600 Benz missing that you don't even know missing, but you told Petey he can't get a squatter. I mean, and it wasn't even when it came out of his pocket. He just took it out of the budget, whatever. And when I see stuff like that, it made me like, I don't understand that kind of stuff.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.
You know, it's different people in the world. It's loyal people. It's people that like friendships and value relationships. And it's people that only value what you can do for them, get for them, present to them, and what you can do basically for them. And I learned the hard way, thinking that friends was going to be, you know what I mean, just like it was going to perform and do the same things that I was going to do for them. I learned the hard way. And listening to that clip, it seemed like Petey Crack and Oshino, them boys from State Property, they learned the hard way. And if they still live by those loyal rules and my friends and all of those rules, then they'll keep getting burned, because we live in a society in a world where people don't care about you, dog. Nobody cares, man. I hate to say it, but I'm just going to give y'all the heads up. People are looking out for their best interest first. I know this sounds foul, but people looking out for their best interest first. So you better do you and do what's in your best interest first. That's one of the things that made me remove myself from involving myself with the people in the community that I grew up with, the things that we used to do together, to think that we was on the same page and trying to get out the game and get our money together, because I realized that we didn't have the same interests, and they was doing what they supposed to do for themselves first. And that's why Jay-Z is successful. That's why he left those people in the back burner like that, because those people was thinking team, rock la familia, we the family. Nah, it's about me, nigga. That's how 99% of the people on the planet think. And I understand it and I don't understand it. But you know what I do now that I'm a 44-year-old man? I do what's in my best interest first. Play some music for y'all, man, off my album 5 p.m. in Turks and Caicos. Then we're going to come back and further the discussion. Let's go.
Yeah. Talk to him. Let's do it. I woke up, got my hair plaited by my big sister. Known in the streets as the neighborhood pusher. Riding in that coupe, had to pick up my youngin'. He told me chasing $1 million, then ain't doing no frontin'. I told him I know that feeling when you gettin' that money. I had to get my car washed by my favorite junkie. Respected in the streets like that boy Big Meech. Headed out to Cashville to holler at Reese. Real talk, ain't nobody fucking with me. When I'm in LA, I tap in with Hop. I didn't have to check in cause I'm like fuck the ops. I put it on my soul, I know that hating won't stop. I could never look at you pussy niggas as comp. We know the fake diamonds that you wearing is props. I only do the VVs, go comb at your BBs. Them niggas wanna be me, but really they can't see me now. It's just another day for a baller. It's just another day for a baller. It's just another day for a baller. I was riding in that old school.
Grilling and playing space. Hey, man. I hope y'all enjoy the music, man. It's a link in the description to my Apple Music playlist so y'all can listen to all the albums, man. I'm almost 15 albums in. And I'm enjoying myself, and I'm currently working on something new also. But let's get back into the conversation, man, because it's been a crazy week. Now, you know, the port. I want to get it to the port. I want to get it to the port and something else. Then we're going to get right back to hip-hop, man. The Portsmouth people, like, all the ports closed down on the East Coast for 2 days. And they opened back up. They found a temporary solution, because I think it's deeper than just the money. I think that they're trying to remove the human aspect from the work world as fast as they possibly can, as efficient as they possibly can. And I think that this is the real reason why the port's closed.
Longshoreman for LA Long Beach. And LA is fighting against this right here. I'll tell you right now. See that? There's nobody there. Automation. I work at an automated dock. It's no joke. They're losing thousands of jobs. So you got all these machines. Look at all these machines right here. There's no people. They ain't paying no taxes. They ain't paying no money. This is what ILA is fighting about. This all used to be filled with top handlers, UTR drivers, clerks, all this yard. Look how big this yard is. And there ain't hardly any people on this thing. This is what they're fighting about. I work at an automated dock right here, Port of LA, Long Beach. Keep fighting, brothers. Keep fighting.
You know, I think that not just physical labor. I think that people that's in the finance department. I think that people that work in banks. I think that police officers. I think a lot of, fields in the workforce is going to be dealing with automation. And it's going to affect the people a lot because we're dealing with inflation at the same time. We're dealing with so many different things that it's disrespectful. Like it's crazy to see that America is not looking out for the interests of their people no more. You know, I was tripping off of the government giving the people from the hurricane in Asheville and in North Carolina $750 when they can give migrants $4,000. They can send billions of dollars over to Ukraine, but tell FEMA that we out of the budget is through. We through with the budget. It's a lot of things that I think that the people got to unify to speak about to get some straightening with this government, because they've been running amok and they've been going crazy and they don't care about us no more. And these companies, they'll use you until you're dead and gone, and then they'll replace you like you ain't nothing. And that's in all fields of the work world, man. Don't think because the workforce that you work at is, I got a degree and I'm this and I'm that and I'm special, that I don't have to worry about what the peasants in the warehouse or in the trucking industry or those port guys are worrying about. My job is solid cap. They'll replace your little funky ass with that big ego too, with the quickness. With the quickness, big dog. So I'm glad to see that they came to agreement, but one thing that they didn't agree on was, you know what I mean, the automation part. They didn't come to a deal with that. So while people are comfortable right now thinking that this is over with, I don't think that it's over with. I think they're still going to do that automation soon. And I think that the automation is going to be done in multiple industries also. Let's go ahead and switch topics. We're going to get back to, we're going to get into some relationship topics because I really don't do relationships that often. And the dynamics between the male and the female. The reason I want to talk about the dynamics between the male and the female is because of all of the things that we talked about at the top of the show. The Chris Brown with all of the allegations against him being violent towards women. And Jay-Z, they talking about Jay-Z messing with the young girls and all of that. The Diddy stuff that's still going on. And we're going to read his mom's statement that came out as of recently to her real soon. But before I get into that, I want to play this clip that I think it really stood out to me about the relationship dynamics between women and men that Sauce Walker spoke of, because I don't think this should be the truth and it should be reality. And I damn sure don't abide by these rules in my marriage. Real talk.
Same type of a human that this woman is. But just because you are in a position of success and power, the world and society has programmed her and you to believe in that in order to keep women or these type of people in your life, it is your duty and your job to mentally and financially.
Definitely financially.
You see how you jumped on it financially? Support this woman. Just for that person to exist in your life, meaning that person is a prize that you have to work and achieve things for to have around you. I have to have this type of a car to make you feel comfortable and feel like you're the beautiful woman that you are in this car. I have to live in this type of neighborhood or in these type of surroundings for one, for you to feel safe. Two, for you to understand the difference in stature and hierarchy from when you went and fucked with them other niggas versus to when you come and fuck with me.
Okay. Now, I'm following you. Now, you're making sense.
All this woman has to do, though, is eat, sleep, shit, and piss. All she has to do is wake up, grab some Crayolas, and put a different face on her face.
But don't society make us feel like
I don't give a fuck what
if we
society
require
makes me
anything
feel.
more of a woman, like we're not supposed to require anything much more of a woman?
You're an idiot. In the jungle, lions require a lioness to go and hunt.
Word?
You ain't know that?
I gotta get back on my Discovery Channel shit.
Yeah, what are you saying? It's a 50% equation in life. A woman incubates life. A woman harbors life. She does not create life. She does not fertilize it. The fertilizer comes out of your nuts. They ain't made no AI. They ain't made no cerebral.
Say Houston taught me. I gotta go down there. I'm about to cop a house down there like Drizzy.
I'm gonna just tell you like this, bro. See, the P is a big letter. It's bigger than what people just put the P in. See, you got pimps, you got players. I'm both.
Did somebody teach you this shit, or you kind of like came up with this stuff by yourself? I'm born in this shit.
Just understand. Let me give you a small example. A pimp is somebody who makes the girl go get money, makes other people go get money from their leadership and their belief system and their game planning. A pimp has to make somebody go get money. A player fucks with people that already got it.
Damn,
see, a player know how to play his way into a position to be around women that have all the opportunities, all the food, the houses, the cars, the jobs, the business relationships, or it's just gonna super 100% believe and help you thrive in whatever you doing. She's willing to give whatever resources that she have more than her body.
I feel like I'm in class. I got a question though. Okay, but I feel most women, and you can tell me if this is most women, but I feel like the trait of most women is that when men get resources, we want to share with women. When women get...
No, we don't. Men want to fuck. Stop lying. Stop the fake shit. This is why you men are not winning. This is why y'all not having what I'm having. This is why I don't have the power and the control over the women that's around you, because you're steady living a lie. That's a lie. Don't no man want to share shit but his dick and vagina. Tell the truth, bro.
Trevor Jackson Podcast.
You know, I think about the dynamics of relationships today, like with people tricking, spending money, people thinking that they have to be this certain individual to be able to obtain a woman, and women feeling as if he have to have these certain type of finances for her to be with him. That's part of the problem. You got a lot of dudes out here that's living a sexless life because they feel like they're not worthy of a woman. Then you have a lot of women that's over sexualized and dealing with a lot of trauma and a lot of stress because they're sexing anybody that they feel as if can take care of them and got a bag. I think that the culture is ruining the actual real thing that relationships should be about. Like, to me, I'm gonna tell you how I am with my wife. That's me. I look at her as me. So I'm gonna look at her for her best interest in all aspects. I'm gonna be a teammate. I don't care if she cooking tonight or I'm cooking tonight. We're a team. It's a unified thing. We living in an age where people think that the man has to make more, and that's not even true. Like, most men want to make more and want to be in a position of power so they can tell their woman what to do because they couldn't control her without the money. Specifically me, I'm the type of man that want to empower my woman so she won't be dealing with lack. And we both be straight. We both be winning, because if you both winning, you happy because you don't need each other. It's just interesting to me that people don't understand the dynamics of the relationship and how it can be good for one another, even though everybody relationship different. But I think that you got to go about being with the person in a healthy way. What's healthy for you and what's healthy for her in your perspective? Real talk, because if not, then you're going to end up in those situations where you got those allegations like Diddy and Hove and Chris Brown and R. Kelly and this person and that person and all of these sexual conversations. I'm about to end the show off, though, y'all. I got one more topic. Thank y'all for tuning in. Fabulous was on Carmelo Anthony's platform, right? And they asked him, is hip-hop what it used to be? Or will it ever be what it used to be? And that's what Fab had to say, dog.
What it used to be. Why do you think people say that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know what it used to be.
Right.
I don't know. Like, I think hip hop is what it is, and I think it can't be what it used to be, because whenever this used to be time that anyone is talking about, it was a different time for them as well. Even for Lil Durk, Lil Durk is a guy who put in a major work to get to where he is. For him to come in the game, I believe around 2012-ish or so. And I think Durk, even one of the things I love and respect about Durk is like the sound and the things changed around him too, and he was able to adapt and find the new Little Durk and keep going. So I don't think there is a used to hip hop is going to keep evolving. It's been evolving since the 80s or 70s when it came out. You know what I mean? It's going to keep going to different levels. It's a business also now. So at one point it was just a craft that we like to do and sit and listen to. Where
it's an industry now.
Now it's a whole $1 billion empire, and it has to be treated as such.
On the close out of the show, y'all, salute to Fab for saying that. In life, if you ain't evolving, you dying. In all aspects, man. Health, mentally. If you ain't working that brain, reading, trying to gain more knowledge, by any means necessary, going to museums, doing stuff that's learning, going to school, learning a new skill, anything, man, you're dying if you ain't learning. Number 2, you ain't moving, man, keeping that blood flowing, and you ain't working out, man. from the physical aspect, you're dying. You're just getting fat and inflamed. I'm sorry to be honest with y'all tonight, man. I done got a little tipsy and I'm going to be honest. But I got to be educational in some sort of aspect, and I hope y'all was entertained and you may have learned something from this episode, but in a physical aspect. If you ain't getting your whole ass out there running, getting that heart beating fast, getting that blood flowing, you're dying. From a spiritual aspect, if you ain't in silence, you ain't meditating, you ain't reading that word, you ain't trying to be in tune with God, you ain't listening. Your spirit is being abused because you're giving it to the world too much. You're giving it to the noise. Get quiet, dog. From a financial aspect, it's a tough one because everybody ain't going to grow financially, but everybody can. Tap in. Tap in to your talents. Tap in to your capabilities. Tap in to how you can monetize what you're good at. Quit tapping into what you want. As long as you wanting shit, you ain't gonna never have shit. Tap into your skills, man. And thank God that he gave you those skills. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Peace, love, plenty, abundance. Make sure you go get you some money and I'm gone. Chill.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.